జాతీయవాద జర్నలిజానికి అసలైన వేదిక నేషనలిస్ట్ హబ్ ని సబ్స్క్రైబ్ చేసుకోండి. నోటిఫికేషన్స్ కోసం బెల్ ఐకాన్ పై క్లిక్ చేయండి.
Why do you think the BRS government never went for the Fasal Bima Yojana or stopped?
There are a couple of things. I mean, this is a national scheme, not only Fasal Bima Yojana. They have stopped the Prime Minister Awas Yojana. They said they will do a double bedroom thing instead. They have stopped for a long while the Ayushman Yojana. And even when they introduced it half, effective, this thing. Only in government hospitals you were able to use Ayushman Yojana while they were in power. So all of these together, it's basically, they did not want, this thing was the large scale irrigation projects, and then KCR is kind of the Apara Bhagiratha who brings water to every field, and he is the champion of farming. So now if the central government is implementing some schemes, then he has to share credit with the central government. I don't think he liked it. That's the reason. But unfortunately, this time, if there had been a crop insurance, at least the farmers could have recouped some of their losses. Right? Now, since they do not have a farmer crop insurance, and there is scarcity of water, right? There is a crop loss. Now the entire last crop is lost for many farmers, let us say. Not 100% of it.
You mean the current Rabi
season. Yeah. So now the farmer is facing shortage of funds going into the next season, right? Combine this with, this is why I call it perfect storm, because there are so many things that have come together to create a crisis actually, to push the farmer into a crisis. Combined with this, Revant Reddy, the current chief minister, then the PCC before the elections, before November, he promised to waive off two farmer loans up to 2 lakh rupees. It's been 4 months. He said he would do that on Sonia Gandhi's birthday on December 9th. December 9th has come and gone. This is April 9th is fast approaching, so almost 4 months. What the farmers have done is they have stopped repaying their loans. So now they have defaulted on their loans, and their interest rates on those loans are going to go up. And next crop, they are not going to get loans from the banks because they are not current with their loans, because they are now defaultees. Many farmers are receiving notices from the banking community, and the CM has not spoken until now and never given a particular date or who is going to waive off this fund.
I don't think he can speak right now, isn't it? What with the election code?
With the election code. So that's why
we're waiting for another.
That's why we have been asking since December 9th to go ahead, because farmers depend on bank loans for input investments, right? And now this is not the first time experience. Even KCR did the same thing. Right. He said he would waive loans up to 1 lakh, and then only at the end of the 4th year, almost 5th year, he paid off some of the loans of the farmers. But unfortunately, what happened is, if someone had taken 50,000 loan from the bank, and he had paid back that 50,000 loan, but the interest on that 50,000 loan within these 5 years has gone up to almost 42,000 rupees. So almost like the farmer did not receive any benefit. Not only that, but those 4.5 years, he did not have access to banking credit at low interest rates.
Right.
So if you take that cost and this cost, actually the farmer had to pay more than what he would have paid if he had actually paid off the loan. So that, on top of that, now Revant Reddy comes in, the Congress comes in and says they would waive off 2 lakh crores. Now, for the next season, the farmer is unable to go to the bank because he has already lost his crop, but he is unable to go to the bank to get low interest loans. Apart from that, there's another thing. Those who have actually, not faced loss, or have faced, not 100% loss, for them, what should have happened is, the Congress government also promised that they give 500 rupees bonus if it is a paddy crop, right? 500 rupees bonus per quintal of paddy. Now, last season they have procured without paying the bonus. FCI started procurement for this season, right? Already yesterday. They started yesterday, but there has been no announcement. There is no guarantee. There has been no program announced for paying that 500 rupees additional payment. For farmers who have lost some of their crop, at least this 500 could have added some investment. This is another one. So Finally, there's another one. Actually, BRS has introduced what's called Raitu Bandhu.
Yes.
There they would give like 10,000 rupees as input subsidy. I mean, farmers start the crop cycle, apart from the bank loans at very low interest, like 3 or 4%, they would also get this 10,000 rupees per acre.
Right.
Now, after the Congress government came in, for the last crop cycle, only recently, for those who had more than 3 acres of land, only recently, that is when already the harvesting season is out and the FCI is starting procurement, only a week or 2 weeks back did they release for the 5 acre. That means it's no longer a input subsidy that they can bank on. For anyone who had more than 5 acres,
But the BRS
they haven't received any.
BRS government also was never on time.
Never on time. But this time I'm talking about a perfect storm. We had water at the time. Right? Mm-hmm. And there was this crop. I mean, they did not face a crop loss. So they had some amount of money that they could themselves invest into the next crop. Now, for those who are facing the crop loss and the banks, because of the 2 lakh waiver which has not been fulfilled, the bank, they defaulting on the bank loans. Now, they don't have investment money either from the banks or from the previous crop or from the input subsidy that the government was promising. So Raitu Bandhu was only 10,000 rupees per acre. The Congress promised 15,000 rupees and called it Raitu Bharosa.
Right.
They also promised 12,000 rupees as an input investment subsidy, input subsidy for sharecroppers. I mean, as you say, Kaudu Raitu, tenant farmers, Kaudu Raitu, they call it in Telugu.
Right.
So they haven't done anything for them. Whoever they have given only for those who had less than 5 acres until now. Only a few farmers they had given money, and that too they haven't given, on time. So all of these factors together point to the next crop season becoming a perfect storm for farmers, because crop loss, so they do not have investment. Banks are not going to loan them. They are not getting the input subsidy, or not that they're getting, are they able to get that 500 rupees extra for the production they have. And another interesting change that has happened over the past few years in the BRS rule is that a lot of cultivation has shifted towards paddy. Mm-hmm. And paddy requires humongous amounts of water compared with any other crop.
Yes.
So all of this together has created a perfect storm where the crisis is so, there's a possibility that the crisis could be so huge that we will see, we have seen this a decade, prior to a decade, where thousands of farmers had to commit suicide because they had gotten into a debt trap. And the signs of that kind of a debt trap are evident already. And many farmers have committed suicide in recent days as well. Coupled to this, actually, there's also a possibility that, because most of them run on borewell, these things, though Kaleshwaram, you had spent 1 lakh crores, there's not much of irrigation canals and all that that were built. So most of it was recharging groundwater and extracting water from the ground. And because there is water scarcity, your hydel projects are going to, some of the hydel projects might not be able to do 100% production.
So the hydel is gone anyway.
Exactly.
Until the
and there is a power crisis. There could be a looming power crisis because the government is not able to, because of financial position of the government. Financial position.
Okay.
So all of these combined together for the next season I'm talking about, if the El Nino continues, it could bring back the old days of severe farming crisis.
Yeah, but maybe I can add a little thing about El Nino there. It's expected to weaken. It's already weakening. So let's all hope. Let's all hope
that's good
that
news.
it actually weakens,
Exactly.
disappears,
Exactly.
And then we have a good monsoon.
Exactly.